everyone, and welcome back. Today we're going to be looking at this 4-color control list. Once again, it is a very awesome list, and it did well in another challenge. But this one has a very interesting take in it, playing the Thunder Magic, which is kind of a different type of fire magic, except it is more targeted focus, where for 0 we can deal 2, or 3 we can deal 4, and then for the final mode we can deal 8. Realistically, we're never going to do that final mode, but a card like the tablet that has been an absolute all-star and standard for us lately can help us get there if absolutely needed. But oftentimes at most you're going to be doing the 3 mode, and it's not all that relevant. But we are still doing kind of the combo with Flashback and Jeskai Revelation. But in this challenge, look how many one-ofs it was played in this list, and it's absolutely stellar, because whenever you're porting a best of 1 list or a best of 3 list over to play best of 1, oftentimes playing one-ofs is good, right? It allows you to interact pretty well. You can always find those pieces, and using cards like Stock Up and Consult Star Charts allows us to find them a lot easier, especially worst case scenario, we're flashbacking a Consult and kicking it again. And then we looked at the top 4, grab 2, looked at the top 5, grab 2, and we're looking pretty well off there to find one of these bullet cards if needed. And they're just good in spots, and you're also willing to discard them, as you'll see in a couple games today. We had max hand size quite often. But with all that said and done, let's go ahead and dive into the games, and I hope you enjoy them. Alright, well, I think we're ready to lock this in. Our mana is really slow. Hopefully this can just buy some time. Seems like it might be able to. Well, Holy Fountain doesn't make a ton of sense. Well, I could shock it in if need be. How cool would it be, by the way, if our opponent's just like, I guess I'll play 2 more Landware Elves. Yeah, just like get him good. Get him real good. It's turn 2 and we're in the tank. I don't. You queued up, play Landware Elf, and then ran to the bathroom or something? Sure. Ooh. See, our fire magic is good. Wipe them all out. Just play as tapped. Obviously, this is going to be kind of a problem, but hopefully our Get Lost can get the job done. Would like, especially next turn, right? Because we're going to play this, but we probably won't play the tablet. Because we really don't want to play this unless we're kind of going to hit a land. Would like to hit another blue source so our Consult can be good. Kind of the downside of playing like 4 colors over like other variations. A second tablet almost makes me want to jam a tablet, but then our white's not open to Get Lost this in case they kind of play the 4 mana guy. I'm willing to take 3 instead of letting them hit this with protection. I'm willing to take 4? Probably. I'd much rather try to answer this on their end step than anything else. See if maybe they tap out for me. Even though these decks don't really play that much protection. Yeah, see, it kind of auto-resolved there. We could have gotten away with being a little bit more greedy, but... Well, there goes one of our best cards. It's one of the gambles you take with the tablet, right? It's just like... You're eventually not gonna have it. Probably what? Put this app one. Interesting. A lot of mana from them. Our Revelation is online though. Realistically, our Revelation is gonna put that back in their hand. Another Earthbender. This card's so good. This card is so good. It's one of the sleeper cards. It's kind of like Tablet in a way, to be honest. Do I play another Tablet here? Can I play another Tablet here? No. I would have to have a land to be able to play another Tablet. I think I'm short on mana. stock up feels like the better investment to me. But I could just tablet back, I guess. Tough. I'm gonna go stock up and try to find some lands here. This will enter untapped. I don't have a white in this grouping. That's what, just here and here probably. Then we can play this tap because I actually don't have this online, which is kind of funny. Or I can just play this and loot here. Might be a better choice anyway. This rise doesn't really matter in this matchup, so we'll let it go. Would like the option to make my thing untapped. Earthbinder's Ascension. Sure. One of these is probably going to have to be cannoned, but who knows. We can definitely do it this turn, though. And that's the thing about this deck is, like, once you get the Revelation online, if they play Fetch Land, it gets a lot scarier. If they go and get a basic, so it's not as scary. It's definitely just going to be, like, shoot one of these for 4, and then make them pick the other one up. Taking a big 6 here is not that great feeling. That's a pretty good card to have. Good old 7. Another tablet. Not exactly what I would be wishing for here, I think. I'm going to go ahead and cast this to see what I can find. We're going to... It doesn't really matter which one I put back in their hand, I guess. So we'll just be careful about it and do this one and then this one. That's a lot of lands. Go along with everything. Solve all those. Then I guess it's just play like a Stormcarved Coast. Then I could just go ahead and do this, but let's just hold up our kind of actual interaction for 3, even though we're a little bit short. We can deal 2 damage to something, or I could just erode this, right? Like you can play this land, or they should do it the opposite way, I think, right? Like play this and then play the land and put 2 counters on it. It's just better that way. And then we'll just erode it, and we'll try to grind the game out from here. Should be locked up, I think. Good old 7-8. Absolute monster. I mean, make it easy. I say one more land ain't gonna hurt us any for them. Yeah, we end up taking that one pretty, like, it seemed really close, but it almost was pretty easy at the same time. Once we kind of answered that early game, like that fire magic to pop both of those, and no protection in these decks really anymore, makes it a lot easier to kind of commit our spells to. So pretty good. Hand's pretty slow, and this isn't even turned on, but our opponent mauls. Oftentimes that just represents aggro, but hopefully with kind of the steam vents coming in and a verge and a draw, that we can maybe find something along the way. They're tapped. Olive Fountain's pretty good. That turns on this and this. Against the mirror. Who said I needed to play the mirror? Although they could just be Jeskai. Nope, it's the mirror. Welcome to the game, brother. Population, if you play a deck, you'll have to play the mirror within your first 3 games. That's okay. It really depends on who gets the value cards in. See, here, I'm almost more willing to just jam the tablet, but I know it's hold up counterspell, technically, to blow up the flute, or to counter the flute, or the tablet. Either or, both are good to hit. And now we can jam our tablet in response. Tablet. Weird perk of going second. Get lost. Not really going to do us any good. Let's just play this thing tapped. So far, I've not been able to hit a land with my tablet. Kind of sucks. Right now, I technically am representing Just Sky Revelation, but don't quite have it. They hit a land. That's how talented my opponent is. I took my get lost and said, nah, I'll pass on that. Interesting. Still no real value play here. My opponent's just got a Quarry Mountain Monastery, just absolutely getting the value across the board. And they have Revelation mana up. I did play a counterspell earlier, so I'd be surprised if my opponent just barreled one. I haven't done anything. Actually be shocked. What they're thinking about doing? Ourself, we kind of just drew dead. They're really thinking about kicking the Burst Lightning. Oh, they're just casting it. Sure. Dude, dog meat, please stop screaming all the time. On land, by the way, so if they have an inevitable defeat, you can't actually answer this. Flashback. Interesting. I guess flashback into the counterspell might be worth it. Much as that kind of sucks. Oh, look at them. They're all grown up. Their tablet. Great Hall only gets counters off of instants and sorceries. Play land, go to combat. This is actually a pretty good card. It allows me to hit them again. Now, if they have a Burst Lightning, that seems like a bad idea. Dear, not a lot I can do about that. I mean, I could pull up my counter spell, but that just seems like a mistake. Alright, bro. I can't with the dog right now. Is that literally all my audio? Okay, I'm sorry. My turn. Oh, the card! Finally! Finally, I can participate. A bit. The turn? How much? I have 4, 5, 6, 7 flashback and counterspell. Okay. I do think I forgot when they activate a land ability like that, the game doesn't stop you at all. Which is a little frustrating, but that's fine. Let the 2 happen. Try to answer this on instep here. They kick a Burst Lightning. Red. A red. Okay, let's use the white from here. Yeah. Yeah. Put this back in your hand and deal 4 here. This is 3 steps ahead. We have the answer. Counterless I pay 4? Right? Or no, once that resolves. Okay, so now we flash back. Get our 3 steps ahead. Then we do this to counter target spell. And we hit this. Now the stack can kind of resolve. Pretty sweet. Not as sweet as it could be, but I did finally hit my Quarry. Let's cast this just to draw 2 here. Decline on the discard. Play a Quarry Mountain Monastery. Go to combat for 4. Then we can maybe slowly get there. We're not obviously going to have the cute flashback play this time, but I think I just go for inevitable defeat on this. Maybe they'll like tap out to do something. A land. Okay. Or I can try to abrade it, but inevitable defeat does do damage to it. Or does damage to them. Do I have enough to do it twice? Well, I only have 1 black mana, so I guess not. They have enough for Revelation. I think so. If I abrade, I think I have enough to Revelation them back. Or am I short one? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That'd be short. That's not that big of a deal. Or no. Alright. But Day Revelation put this back in my hand, and sure, you know, it's like not that big of a deal. Make me pick up 1, put this back in my hand. We answer that, like fine. No, they're not even worried about it. Sure. Inevitable defeat would deal damage to us anyway. Okay, just activate this so priority can stop being held. Never mind, priority still being held. Bad team. That one of negate would have been nice. Do I just like wait? For shocking. 5, 6, 7 plus 4. I think I actually have to shock. It seems kind of absurd. Now I can go Revelation into a negate. My opponent's been tapping out pretty frequently. Although they might also try to go for a win here. I could negate that, but I think defending my second Revelation is more important. They have exactly Revelation mana, 4, 7. No more 6, 7s in this chat, please. Sure. Come on. You kick a burst lightning at me? Be pretty sick. Be a really cool play for you. Good. This dog's about to get deleted. I love the dog meat. Just having my headphones on and hearing it whimper and stuff is just like driving me crazy. Lightning Helix. Alright, I guess I'll interact now. Back in your hand, 4 damage. Play the same counter spell, I just negate it. And go from there. Maybe they try to do the same stuff. If they do flashback and then cast it, we let them get to the second part of that trick, and then we negate it. Like here. Although these will be too big. Actually, I don't even mind that it's too large, because then my inevitable defeat will come in and actually matter. Yeah. So the 4 damage. Maybe I should have put the 4 damage face. Now that I'm thinking about it. Oh, we can maybe do some math. But, oh, that's fine. So that'll technically live. Sure. Yeah. I guess I'd just remove it, right? Like, why not? Save myself some life. Them for a lot. Now I have 3 of these things. So I think I go for this. Another revelation. Do I just all lands and 2 revelations, huh? An interesting world we live in. How much? 4. So it's 9. That'd be 13. Yeah, I think I just hit them, right? The turn. Kind of crazy that was out of 10 cards. It was 8 lands and 2 revelations. Kind of whack. Seems kind of whack. If there was ever a point where we fall behind, it might be here. Used about all my kind of counterspell nonsense stuff so far. Let that happen. I'm just going to look to be activating this. Because, again, with these tablets in play, my mana is kind of way past theirs. Pyroclasm. Do I have enough, or should I do that? Let's go, like, hand 4 damage. I'll probably erode one to grow the rest. Oh, I guess it's gonna get my other ones popped, huh? I didn't think about that. Oh, they just concede. Yeah, I forgot the other 2 wouldn't. Well, I guess I can erode one of the other 2, and then the 3 would live, right? So that revelation. So it ended up working out. Like, it actually worked out better than I thought, because then I would actually save 3 of these. Because 2 would get made, and then it would obviously cast Pyroclasm again. And then I would erode one of the tokens, and prowess would go up. These would go up to 3, surviving the Pyroclasm. And then obviously we have a bit more damage just to get it done. So I think it actually worked out okay. But yeah, we'll take it. Well, here's the thing. If this is good, then our hand's good. If not, then we may be able to do this, I guess. Well, it's not going to be the worst in the thing in the world. It might not be the best, but it's not going to be the worst. Black here isn't all that relevant for a while. Sure. You boomerang basicking. Just the most annoying creature in the game. It's like not true, but like kind of true. Greycatcher is like, it's like the, I said it when I was playing Prowess literally yesterday or whatever. I was saying play Kill a Fiend and just hope it's good enough. Is that all we got? Nice. That means this is good. Then we have this to deal 2 more damage to their next slick shot that they play. Yeah? Shocking. Sure. No card for you. I like the committal plan, though. They just yammed that thing, dude. They're like, they got it, they got it. Ancestral Anger, such a... How many slick shots are we allowed to have before I'm allowed to get upset and angry? I mean, I have a removal for every single one, but it's just like crazy, right? I really don't actually have the right to complain there. I'm just saying it's kind of funny that my opponent has gone 3 slick shots and then they play another threat. All they've drawn is threats. Here, I thought they were going to be the crab deck. These basically do nothing. And it's 3 toughness. So I guess it's here and here. Draw anything? Another land? Oh. Let's do this. Although the... Ah! Fine. Yes. Now show me the 2 mana card and get perfect cards and answer the game. You know what card's also really good in this match, by the way? The card that I don't have to pay ward. My inevitable defeat. That card's really good. I will be casting this though. And I think even though Revelation's obviously good, I think I'm grabbing inevitable defeat. And I drew a Revelation anyway, so that's pretty Pog champion. I don't know why I said that. It's like not a thing I say. Like I just... Sure, bro. I don't know. We could blow that up, but I don't care. I'm going for answering this guy. And then Revelation. Dude, somebody please remind me to take dog meat off, bro. I can't hear this whimpering anymore. See, is it voice? No? What is the voice for? Oh, is that the, like, characters in the game? Okay. Apparently, I'm sorry, opponent. This is a bad time to be doing this. This isn't fair to you. Pass. Here. Fine. Oh, I'll even pay it if you want me to. You picking this back up? Oh, can you pick it back up? Yes. Base power 1/1 and has hexproof. Sure, I guess. I mean, that'll do it. What's this word 1? Okay. Guess we put this back in the hand and we do this. The red available, I don't know what it would be. I can get over 4 damage, but you know. Here's the card that would have been kind of nice because we can actually pay into that and just make it uncounterable entirely. So we don't have to pay ward or anything of the sort. The other good thing, though, that my opponent did use all those slick shots earlier, so we do know that we're probably pretty safe from that. The Drake Hatcher is very annoying. I think they have a boomerang basics, but they can't pick that up. Yeah, so we just go here, and then I just hold, I think. I have a flash to play the Revelation again. We just play this slow and steady. They finally found another land. Look at them go. Opt. Dolls. Oh, they keep on top. Okay. Pay 0. Play around any tomfoolery here. Sure. That seems worth it. I don't know. Got to show me that spell pierce, brother. Very sick. Boomerang it back. I already played a land this turn, so I'm not that concerned. And now I just feel like I can stock up because I can always flash back to inevitable defeat. We do need to tap our village here if we're going to be doing that. Can I go into tablet? Probably. Yeah, this should give us enough to flash back and inevitable defeat if needed. I don't think I played a land. Maybe I did. Maybe this is a troll. I might have just autopiloted a land in. I did not. At 10 with their hand and slick shots gone, I definitely think this is probably worth. Oh, that would have been sick, but it's fine. It is milled, so it only is in the graveyard. So it's actually not that bad. I'll hold one of these back. I know that seems crazy, but with this type of deck, the way they're playing, 100% I can see like a Drake Hatcher into a Wild Ride into like hit me, and then they're starting to make creatures every turn. Watch it be exactly what I said. Watch him Wild Ride this. Wouldn't that be sick, though? Wouldn't that have just been absolutely disgusting? I mean, I'm personally on just, like, blowing all this up and just being aggressive here and maybe just forcing them to concede. Hand 4 damage. Thing is, I just have so much mana, it doesn't really matter. Play this. Go to combat for 6. Go ahead. Could have maybe cast stock up and found something, but no real reason. It's just target creatures, so indeed. Could have activate evaded the misrise, but it's actually cheaper to not do that. It really just doesn't like tapping these. It's so funny to me. They're fine. Yep. The only spell, unfortunately, opponent I have is a stock up. So, I wish I could cast any other spell to get through it quicker. I promise. But that's all I have. Okay. I guess I could have brought this up, but we get there in a long fought out game. It definitely got a little dicey. I mean, if you look at our hand, you can see that it was pretty close. I mean, we just have 4 more lands. We have tablets kind of cycling together, but Revelation just showing why it's an absolute powerhouse in every way. So we'll definitely take that. Hand. Not the most pumped hand I've ever had, but we'll try. We do have like 3 steps ahead available, and the first land they play is a Misrise Village. So our 3 steps is basically dead. Although, well, it's actually really dead because of this. It's actually kind of tough. Although they have to have the insight to just jam it. Don't. I thought about just jamming it with what they have in terms of their mana available. Sure. I can't stop it anyway. Sick. This is how you know this card's good. When it does that, it's so sick. Oh, this is where we're at. Just a helix upstairs, huh? What? My control opponent is just like, I'm not doing any of this. I said I've had enough. I mean, I guess we're back in with the tablet, right? Oh, we'll see what we hit. If not, I might want to keep up my No More Lies, but who knows? Well, or not No More Lies, my 3 steps ahead. But again, I can still loot it here. Isn't the worst. Sure. Well, that card not the greatest right now, but honestly for them, they're probably happy to get it out of the way. Sure. If I could find mine, though, that's why I kind of want to loot this, but we'll see. Quarry Mountain Monastery. Return target spell or permanent. Okay. I don't really want to play this. I want to force them to kind of interact with my stuff. Let's play here. Pass it away. I think on this, I do just jam this, though. Blue, black. Thank you. We just put, like, back in their hand. We just hit them. And now we just set them back a little bit. I understand, like, it puts our hand over max hand size here, but that's okay. I think the steam vents I can let go for now. We have 3 blue. Yeah, it's fine. Ultima card that I feel like Control decks might have to go back to, by the way. Because Ultima being able to pick up tablets at the worst case scenario does seem very relevant. Day of Judgment. So are you holding up Negate? I mean, I can't imagine this card being any more relevant, so... If they negate me, that means my Revelation will resolve. Oh. Oh! Interesting. Let's make them blow up my land. I guess I could do this one. Let's make them do the Quarry Mountain. I'll bet. Nice. They are pure Jeskai, though. I do see the reason to play this because this land right here is so annoying. Now have the mana. Day of Judgment 2.0. Guess we do this. Keeps using too much of my blue mana. I'm not sure why. Didn't even put the animation across. That's kind of funny. Will they blow up my land now? I kind of hope so. I would like my other lands to be more important, but we'll see. Okay. I'm over it tapping all my blue mana. How am I supposed to bait things out if I don't have blue? Look at that. Look how good this is. Okay. Here and here is pretty good. And then I can now go into this land. And then I can discard the hand size, which will be a Judgment, I guess. I say I'm not even sure I have a basic, so I actually don't even want to do that. Now look, they've unlocked themselves. They know the way. Have enough to weirdly Revelation. Actually, not that great. Revelation me now, I guess, if they want to. But I don't think they will. They might. Okay. I mean, that makes sense. Can't do it all, brother. But now that that's gone, my old Mysterized Village can now come down. In here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if they pay in, they won't have enough. Nice. Sure. Pretty good, pretty good. Right here. Looking kind of for a flashback at this point. This. I know this is probably good, but I mean, I guess I'll probably just take it, right? Before I play my land, I can just thumb that one out. If it's another revelation, that'd actually kind of suck, right? So I kind of want to wait on playing it. Pyroclasm's like dead anyway. Kind of the downside of what's going on right now. So they know my entire hand is spells that kind of matter. Get rid of this, actually. Do anything with that. Hey, loot. I do have inevitable defeat for that. We're kind of good. I kind of got to play it. You know what I mean? I can... Not making this uncounterable was absurd to me, by the way. Let's fire off and negate. Could have made my negate uncounterable, but maybe they have a second loot. Day of Judgment flashback. Okay. I mean, are we even upset about this? Don't have any basics anyway, right? I mean, this also wins the game if we find something like a flashback into our negate. Flashback into negate should do it. So, here, flashback, negate. Good game, sir, but I'm not gonna do it while I'm trying to do the combo. But good game, opponent. We'll take that one for sure. It was definitely stressful. They didn't really put any revelations on the stack, so it made it a bit weirder because this card doesn't counter, so it makes these kind of obsolete. And really, the big play was trying to get this done. I think the land mattered, but I don't think it mattered as much to blow it up. Like the one that ended up popping was this one. I think you just kind of wait and you take away a value land or this. But my opponent also wasn't using theirs. You know what I mean? Because I think it's just next spell, right? The next spell you cast this turn can't be countered. So they could have made this uncounterable, which wouldn't have been that bad, right? So let's, for example, take these two. I know you need a blue, but I'm just saying it takes these two, and then there's that 4. This is 6 mana. Like, you still have enough to flashback Day of Judgment there, or do whatever you really need to do. But regardless, we end up winning. I think maybe our opponents... This is one of the things where you'd obviously love to see your opponent's hand, just because they might been between a rock and a hard place anyway, and it just didn't really matter overall. So we'll take the win though. Okay, so here we are with the 4-color list that did well in the most recent event. This mana base looks absolutely atrocious, and this is why one of the things, like one of the weakest points of my game, and it's not particularly all that close, is mana bases, and it's kind of because I just don't like solving them. I tried to do it for a very long time playing Scapeshift in Modern, and it just gave me a headache. I just didn't like it, because I had to do the math on like how many fetch lands am I allowed to play, is Ren 6 viable if I do this, XYZ, and so on and so forth. And I didn't like it at all. But here, even though I do love Scapeshift, like a land victory is one of my favorite ways to win, even though I hate figuring out mana bases. But like trying to figure this out is like utility land. Like, we have to actually move the deck over just to look at the mana base here. So what? We have blue-red, blue-black. We have white black, we have blue black, we have blue red, red white, red white, and then you have a utility land, and you can't even like see them all. That's what I'm saying. Like, this is the different type of mana sources that you have. You're mainly blue red. As you can tell in here, you have a lot of blue and a lot of red, red being the primary color. That's why you see a lot more, like a couple more of these than the black source that you need. Blue white's just strong because you do need double white for Day of Judgment, which matters. And then over here you have a little bit more white. So it's a bit weird when it comes down to breaking it down overall. So primarily there's blue, and then the red white is pretty split evenly. We'll click out and back in, so it's obviously a bit more glorious to look at. And the thing here's my thing right now that I don't know if I love. I don't know, and I'm going to pull this down in here just so we can look at it here. I think playing both of these in the same deck, playing control, is kind of bad. Especially if you're playing like 4 and 2. Because I get it, right? But man, is it hard to win games when your hand's clogged up because maybe you've ripped 2 of these, or if you're playing a lot of them, maybe you have 3 and like 2 tablets. It just becomes this weird game where it's like, I would like cards to do stuff with, and these cards help you do stuff, but they don't necessarily do much. I mean, they do a lot on their own. But what I'm saying is, like, if I'm getting attacked by a slick shot, these don't do anything for me, right? I would argue that blue-red game is a perfect example of where maybe playing too many of these could have got us in trouble, where a lot of our removal came in pretty clutch. So take that in mind when you're kind of looking at these lists. Also, I think adding the black with inevitable defeat makes playing this a little bit harder, just because it makes, like, if you float double black, you don't really use anything other than this, so that black can be kind of wasted. It's just a bit weird because then you can't do anything, so we'll cut that out now. But this deck is pretty solid. It's pretty awesome. I think the uncounterable inevitable defeat weirdly being one of the best cards out of the Tarkir set, especially when it comes to just being in a control list. Instant speed 4 mana spells like this oftentimes get like the commander stigma attached to them, where it's like, like, let's look at Pioneer, for example. Pioneer is playing Fatal Push, you know, and Fatal Push, like, kind of isn't good enough for Modern to some extent, because, you know, you're just playing Solitude and then flickering a Solitude, and a card like this being able to kind of divert back so quickly to something like this. But this answers everything, and it's uncounterable by default, so you don't even have to find one of your 2 villages, and that's obviously really nice. And then you just have a big pop star type card and Jeskai Revelation that just always feels good to cast. But in terms of diversity for this list, let's look at the kind of cost of the deck, because that's obviously one of the big things we kind of cover. Oh yeah, Get Lost is a rare. This is technically a rare, but that version is a mythic, so it's actually pretty split, and it's honestly not that bad. Obviously, the main problem is your mana base, but I would argue this mana base, even though it looks very absurd and it looks like a lot of rares, because it is. It's literally all these are rares. The mana diversity is actually very, like, I opened arena packs type mana base, right? So all your shock lands, if you've played for a while, you can get them from the old sets like Ravnica and stuff like that. So you might even have a couple of these laying around that you maybe didn't know because you haven't crafted them for the new set. But maybe you open a Sundown Pass when we were playing Innistrad. Maybe you open 2 of these. Or maybe you open 3 of these and 1 of these. You can just play a third one of these for now until you can figure it out and play a mana base that you like. Because obviously, I am not a big, like, mana base guy developer, and I wouldn't make anybody else feel bad for maybe not understanding their meta base as well. You know, it's a hard thing to do, and doing the math is a bit tough. And, like, how many times do you want to take damage off your shock lands? Is that reasonable to take this much damage off your shock lands? Well, can we play them tapped? Notice there's no surveil lands in here, but you could argue that you can play a couple. It could cost you in a couple of spots, just because that's how it works. That's why we play a lot of these more slow lands, which we'll be probably getting the rest of in a upcoming set. But these lands are better than your kind of surveil lands because they might come in tapped early, but for the rest of the game later on, it's going to be much better. So obviously we run quite a bit of those as well. With that said, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.